All right, so are you ready to dive into something really fascinating?
Always up for a good deep dive. What are we tackling today?
Today we're gonna check out this Francis Ford Coppola Megalopolis.
Yeah.
Seems like everyone's talking about it, and not always for the right reasons, you know.
Yeah. Megalopolis. It's definitely got a certain buzz around it, but I get what you mean. There's buzz and then there's Gotlo.
Exactly. And you know we love a good story here, and this one's got it all: ambition, drama, behind the scenes craziness. I mean, it's Coppola, so what else would you expect, right?
Right. But the thing is, this isn't just your average movie premiere hype. This film's been simmering in Coppola's mind for, decades.
Wait, really? I knew he'd been working on it for a while, but decades.
Yeah, we're talking almost 50 years. He's described it as, this modern-day parallel to the fall of the Roman Empire, but set in New York City. Imagine New York as our crumbling civilization. Kind of makes you think, huh.
Okay, hold on. Roman Empire parallels. Futuristic New York. I am so in. Where did this Megalopolis thing even come from?
So he's talked about how the initial idea kind of hit him back in the late 70s when he was working on Apocalypse Now.
Apocalypse Now. Wow, talk about a chaotic production to be having this grand vision brewing in the background.
Right. But yeah, by the early 80s, he's jotting down notes, dialogue. He's really starting to build the world of Megalopolis in his head.
So he's basically been carrying around this Megalopolis file in his brain for, forever. But I'm guessing actually making it happen was no easy feat, especially with a vision that big.
You can say that again. This project has had more roadblocks than, I don't even know. A maze designed to trap a very determined hamster.
Okay, I love the image.
Yeah.
But seriously, what kind of roadblocks are we talking about here?
Oh, you name it. Funding issues, casting changes, even 9/11 messed with his plans.
Yeah.
There were definitely points where it seemed like Megalopolis was going to be, the movie that never was.
It's kind of crazy, right? Anyone can have an idea, but to hold on to it for that long through all that, that's dedication.
Total dedication. And we're not talking about some small indie passion project here. Coppola went all in on this thing.
Well, he's known for going big.
Yeah, but this is next level. We're talking selling his wineries, and not like he was hurting for money, but still, he poured literally millions of his own dollars into getting this film made.
He put his own money into this. How much are we even talking about?
Try it cool, 120 million.
120 million. Okay, yeah, that's way beyond passion. That's
Yeah.
I believe in this so much, I'm betting everything on it. So with that much riding on it, what's this movie even about?
At its core, Megalopolis is a story of ambition, idealism, and that clash between the old ways and the new. And it all goes down in this sprawling, futuristic version of New York City they call, get this, New Rome.
New Rome, I love it. Okay, keep going.
Well, you've got Adam Driver as our main man, Cesar. He's a visionary architect who wants to rebuild the city after some major disaster. But he's not just talking about putting up new skyscrapers. He wants to go all out sustainability, these grand designs that'll blow your mind.
But she wants to rebuild New York as a utopia, right? I bet that goes over well.
Well, not exactly. See, you gotta remember, this is New York, right? It's got history, it's got those old power structures that don't exactly love change.
So it's not going to be all sunshine and sustainable roses for our boy Cesar.
Not even close. And that's where Giancarlo Esposito comes in. He's playing the mayor, Franklyn Cicero,
Yeah.
and talk about representing the old guard. This guy is all about tradition, power, the way things have always been done. He's not just gonna let some architect, no matter how visionary, waltz in and start messing with his city.
Oh man, I can already picture the showdown. Driver's character with his big dreams for the future going head to head with Esposito's character who's all about protecting the past. It's like the ultimate clash of ideals.
Right. And as if things weren't complicated enough, let's toss Nathalie Emmanuel into the mix.
Ooh, Nathalie Emmanuel, love her. What's her role in this whole thing?
She's playing Julia, the mayor's daughter.
Whoa, okay, so talk about a conflict of interest.
Right. She's torn between her father's world, all of that tradition and power, and then there's Cesar, this architect who's promising a whole new future. Plus, there might be a little bit of a romantic spark between them, too.
Okay, so we've got family drama, we've got romance, we've got the fate of New York City hanging in the balance. This movie's got everything.
And then some. And we haven't even gotten to the cast list yet.
Right, okay, so we already mentioned Driver, Esposito, Emmanuel, but then you add Aubrey Plaza, Shia LaBeouf, Jon Voight, Laurence Fishburne, even Coppola's sister, Talia Shire. I mean, seriously, what is going on with this cast?
I know, right? It's insane. I feel like Coppola basically called up everyone he's ever met and was like, hey, want to be in a movie?
And they all said yes. Which, I mean, it's Coppola, so who's going to say no?
Exactly. But I also think it shows just how much this project has captured people's imaginations. You've got these huge stars sharing the screen with some Coppola family cameos. It all just adds to this feeling that Megalopolis is like this really personal passion project that's drawn people in from all over.
It's like everyone involved knew this film was going to be something else, something special. Or at least that's what they thought going in.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, we can't exactly talk about Megalopolis without mentioning some of the, shall we say, interesting stories that have been coming out about how it's been made.
Definitely interesting. There have been more than a few reports about things getting a little chaotic on set. Like, imagine the budget for this film. Now imagine it's spiraling out of control.
Wait, even after Coppola put in all of his own money?
Even after. And then you had a whole bunch of people from the visual effects and art departments just walk off the project in the middle of it all.
Whoa, people were literally just walking off set. That's wild. What was even happening?
Well, that's just it. Nobody seems to know exactly what was going on, but it definitely makes you wonder, right?
Definitely. And, of course, on top of all that, there are also those allegations against Coppola himself, which we definitely need to address.
Right. Several extras have accused him of some inappropriate behavior on set. They say he was touching them without their consent and saying some really inappropriate things.
It's a really serious accusation.
It is, and we have to treat it as such. Now, I do want to mention that Coppola and his lawyers have completely denied these allegations. They say it never happened, and now there are lawsuits going back and forth. So at this point, we really don't know what happened, and we need to be careful not to, pick sides.
Absolutely. Innocent until proven guilty,
Yes.
right. But those accusations are definitely out there, and there's something people should be aware of.
For sure. So, with all of this going on, the ambition, the drama, the controversy, how are people even reacting to the actual film? We know it premiered at Cannes earlier this year. Did anyone even like it?
Cannes, okay, yeah, that's a big deal. It's like the Super Bowl of film festivals.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone's dressed to the nines, critics are sharpening their pencils, and Megalopolis drops. What happened?
Well, the reactions were very Coppola, let's say. Meaning, some critics, they lost their minds, calling it a masterpiece, a return to form, even comparing it to his classics.
Well,
but then...
Oh, there's a but coming.
But there were definitely some critics who weren't as impressed.
Understatement of the year?
Maybe. They called it messy, overblown. Some even said it was just plain nonsense.
Which, I gotta say, sounds about right for Coppola. The man knows how to make a splash, even if it's not always the splash he intended, you know?
Totally. He's never been one to play it safe. Love his
Yeah.
films or hate them, you're gonna have an opinion about them, that's for sure.
That's true. And I think that's part of what makes this whole thing so interesting. We're not talking about some cookie cutter blockbuster here. This is Coppola putting it all out there. His heart, his soul, millions of dollars, all for this one vision.
And you can really feel that in the film, that passion. Whether it worked or not, well, that's up for debate. But you can't deny he swung for the fences with this one.
100%. Reminds me that sometimes the most interesting art comes from taking those risks, even if they don't always work out. And speaking of risks, we got to talk about the marketing for Megalopolis, because I heard things got a little messy.
A little might be an understatement. Okay, so picture this, the first trailer drops, we've got epic visuals, the music is swelling.
Okay, standard movie trailer stuff so far.
Right, and then they start showing these amazing quotes from critics praising Coppola's past films.
Again, pretty standard, got to build up that hype, so what's the problem?
The quotes were fake.
Wait, seriously? They used made-up critic quotes in the trailer.
Yep, they got caught, obviously. The internet does not miss a beat, and the studio had to pull the trailer almost immediately.
Oh, man. You'd think with a movie this big, they wouldn't need to resort to stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like they added a whole other layer of chaos to an already chaotic situation.
Right, but that's Megalopolis for you, unpredictable from beginning to.
Well, we're not even sure where this whole thing ends yet.
That's the truth. So as we're wrapping up this deep dive, the big question is, will Megalopolis go down as Coppola's big comeback? A glorious, ambitious mess. Something in between.
We'll have to wait and see. Only time will tell what its legacy will be. But I think one thing's for sure, it's gotten people talking. And it's pushing the boundaries of what a film can be. And honestly, that's pretty exciting.
You know what it is? It's a good reminder that art doesn't have to be safe to be impactful. Sometimes it's the big swings, the risks, even the failures that really stick with us. So there you have it, folks, our deep dive into the wild world of Francis Ford Coppola's Megalopolis. What did you all think? Did this deep dive make you want to check out the film? We want to hear your thoughts, so let us know.
Don't let the now destroy the forever.
One filmmaker has always been ahead of his time.
Time stop! Go.
Now, from visionary writer and director Francis Ford Coppola, comes an event nothing can prepare you for.
Imagine today's society as a branch of civilization about to reach a dead end. Is this way we're living the only one that's available to us? My plan is a city that people can dream about.
Megalopolis.
What about those standing in your way?
Power to the people!
Who like it the way it is?
People don't need dreams. People need help now.
Don't let the now destroy the forever.
We're in need of a great debate about the future. Enjoy the show.
1, 2, 3. Yippee yay.
There's still so much to accomplish, but is there time? Go.
Francis Ford Coppola's Megalopolis.